3, 2.
You know what? I'm just gonna start. So I'm gonna call the meeting to order. I'd like to introduce Staff Sergeant Wheel Ghost. And I know it's Salmon, your last name, Sergeant, okay, Sergeant Salmon. This is Rhett Penny, first year counselor. Brian Peterson, first year counselor, you know, Yvette. Richard Bryan's been here before. And Brandon Duvall was here a few years back.
And Laura's new.
And Laura's new, she's not here at the moment, so. Yeah, so we'll just.
Excellent, nice to meet everybody. I appreciate the invitation to come and give everyone here an update on our policing priorities and what we've been doing to manage public safety and crime in our area. I've provided all the reports to council, and it should be in the council package, both quarter 1 and 2 that was provided prior, as well as quarter 3. I guess generally speaking, for our new councilors here, what we do to set our community policing priorities, as you see here, we set 3 of them up. The first is our targeted goals of maintaining or reducing crime with property crimes from our historical averages. So that being breaking and theft of motor vehicle and theft from motor vehicles. Our second priority was to maintaining road safety, high degree levels of safety for road safety throughout our areas, and that being the reduction of overall collisions and injury collisions in our area. And third priority is community engagement, which we place a very high priority on. We need to be interacting with the public and ensuring that we have open lines of communication to hear what it is that people want their police service to do for them. But also, you know, we do need feedback from the public with respect to what's happening in their communities, what kind of crimes are being committed, or what where their concerns are. So at least we can try to address them by letting people know what it is we're doing out there to keep our community safe. But also, if there's certain crime groups or areas that we need to be paying attention to, so we can develop some resources to see what we can do about perhaps some crime trends that may be emerging, or to ensure that we're addressing the public needs. So I can tell you what we do is we employ a number of different tactics to try to achieve these results. And as you can see, generally through the first 3 quarters of our fiscal year, in regard to our property crime goals, we're generally at our historical averages and what we were seeing from last year. So our initiatives have been quite successful. We find that we're getting a lot more bang for our buck, so to speak, with our habitual offender management program. That's really the biggest problem that we have throughout our entire area. I can tell you the majority of all of our property crimes that are committed through Strathmore and our rural areas are committed by people who don't even live in our area. To give you an example, through quarter 1 and 2, we had one individual that, let's take a look at my notes here, to give you an example of one individual that was affecting our area. This fella had 43 negative occurrences just with the RCMP in our fiscal year. So that's 43 times just in RCMP areas that they were dealt with in a negative way, where they were suspect, they were charged, arrested, etc. That doesn't include Calgary or other municipal departments. In Strathmore alone, we arrested this person 7 times and charged them 7 times. In 4 of those occasions, the person was in possession of a stolen vehicle, or they stolen one. In fact, one occasion, it was a bait vehicle that we had parked down near Carsline, where this individual decided to take advantage of it. And fortunately enough, we got quick notification the vehicle was disabled, and we were able to put that person back behind bars for a little while. So that's the idea of our habitual offender management program. The people that we know that are residing in our area, that are bound by court order conditions that cause the greatest harm to our community. So those are the people that are committing 90% of the crime that we're seeing. So we have information that somebody might be living in our community, whether they're released on conditions, we get an update from our probation or correctional services. Our members check on them to make sure they're minding the P's and Q's, so to speak, that they're abiding by the conditions and not violating them, and not out past their curfews. And if we do find them in contravention, then immediately there's a charge laid, and we seek to have them in prison. So the idea is, again, people are welcome to be in our areas as long as you want to be a law-abiding person. If that is not your intent, or be here to do harm or commit crime, then you're not welcome. So through that program, we've seen the greatest bang for our buck. We employ a number of other different strategies. The Persons of Interest program that you'll see in there, as well as our security screw program. License plate theft is still a problem for a variety of reasons. It's why it's committed. Offenders, what they'll do is they'll be traveling in a stolen vehicle. Let's say it's a gray F-150. Obviously, the plate's stolen, and when the owner not recognizes it's stolen, it's reported. That's all added into our nationwide database. So if they're encountered by police, obviously we'll detect that it's stolen. They'll see a similar looking vehicle and swap the license plates. So typically, people don't check their license plates. It gives them a lot more time to go out and pick up more crimes, and it really causes a lot of trouble. I'm sure people have taken the time to either replace the license plate or they found that they're just stolen. It's a big pain. It's a big hassle. It's even more of a hassle if you get a call at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning from some police agency asking if you know where your license plate is, because they've typically found it on a stolen vehicle. The safety concern it creates for our members is if you stop a vehicle and you don't know it's stolen, well, that is a safety risk to our membership out there, particularly if there's other weapons, other stuff going in the vehicle. So I can tell you with our property crime initiative throughout the county, we're at or below our historical averages and where we're seeing our numbers from last year. So we're having some pretty good success. For our new counselors here, to tell you that His Worship, the Mayor, has been pretty active and cooperative, helping us out with between his activities in Rockingford and here, and some of the help he's provided us has led to persons being arrested, charged, and our ability to deal with some of those offenders. So that level of communication and cooperation is very, very helpful when we're working in especially in our rural communities.
I see she's out and being looked for again, the one that was arrested in Rockingford, so it's all over Facebook again, so.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for her, because I know where she hangs out.
Sure, so we'll talk later. Our road safety initiatives, of course, regular enforcement, visibility through our areas, and general education. Bar walks and check stops are yielding good results, and again, in the county areas, we're doing quite well. I've given breakdowns of in your reports there. You can see that contributors to collisions through Q3. I believe there's at least half of collisions were as a result of animal strikes. So, those of us who live in the area, that rate's pretty true. In fact, over half the collisions were animal strikes. Our injury collisions are mainly caused as a result of intersection offenses. So people are traveling through intersections surrounding stop signs or carrying into traffic when they shouldn't be. That's where we're seeing the injury collisions, because that's where they're most impactful. But overall, our road safety within the county is really good. Community involvement within the county throughout Q3 mostly was attendance at Remember State ceremonies. We were present for the Wheatland County's council swearing in ceremony, and again, upon any invites, we're happy to come out and help out. So our members have been out in the parades. Typically, the summer events that our members are most active out in the areas, but we're happy to be around. And if we have the invites, we're happy to again interact with the community and again build those relationships. There's other fantastic stuff in there as far as the ability to take a look at our crime mapping, online reporting, all the like. If you got a smartphone and you're able to get the Alberta RCMP, you have to get access to all that stuff. It's really easy one-stop shopping. So that briefly is where we're in good shape. Hopefully Standard and Rockingford later on when we talk to them feel the same. But of course, we want to maintain those open lines of communication. And again, we want to hear from our communities what it is they want from their policing services and how best can we serve them.
Well, I just wish we'd get more people when they're suspicious of something to call it. They don't. They go right to Facebook. So we said, social media, you're not going to do anything, right? But if you guys don't know.
Yeah. Believe it or not, we don't monitor all of social media.
Yeah.
It is important that if people see that there's comments about crime being reported to social media, please encourage people to actually call us about it. Even if it's something you don't think there's anything we can do about it, maybe there is low to no likelihood identifying who's responsible. Reporting is important. So it gives us an opportunity to see what crimes are being committed and when and where. So let's say repetitively we're seeing vehicles being entered and stuff being stolen out of them, and it's not being reported. However, if it is being reported and we know that it's happening at a certain window on a particular street and it's been repetitive, then we know that we should probably be out there at that date time. So that may help for future enforcement action. So we do want to hear about it. Suspicious activity, especially in our smaller villages, everyone in here knows what looks suspicious and who belongs and who doesn't. So again, if you notice some suspicious activity or see somebody going into a property that doesn't belong there, etc., call us in real time. We can get out here pretty quick. Those real time calls really do help with our ability to try and catch people. I guess we're open for questions if anybody has any.
Not a question, but I'll certainly mention, like, when you guys are showing present here, whether that's for parades, summertime or Halloween, especially see a couple cruisers or a cruiser go by a couple times. I think that means the world, really, for the residents. You know, they feel that you guys are here, you're present, you're, you know, we got our back, you know, type of thing. So even if, you know, nothing is really, you know, it's not like a crime and arrest, but just having that presence, I think is quite comforting for the residents. So, and a deterrent for those who don't like your presence. So it's a two-sided win there.
We get mixed reviews.
Yeah.
So do we.
How many stars you get? Just kidding.
So yeah, no, I certainly appreciate those efforts when you guys can be on here.
Yeah, we try to be as present as much as we can. We encourage our guys, if they're not otherwise occupied, they try to get out and be visible throughout our area. And we are pulled through, you know, between a fairly large catchment area. Not only do we have a sizable chunk of Wheatland County, we've got, you know, the southeast third of Rocky County as well, and we span as far west as touching the city of Calgary. So we do have a large area to deal with. We try to get everywhere as much as we can. But again, if our guys are occupied with investigations, that's where they're at. So,
Anything else?
excellent. Well, I guess again, I'm happy to appear before council at any point in time that there are any concerns, questions, or even just a regular catch up and update about what we're up to. Of course, very happy to attend and make sure that everyone's aware of what we're doing.
We'll admit it's been pretty quiet.
Oh, say nice.
Yeah.
I said it not that long ago. No, it's been good. It's
Don't tell the third time.
no, it has
Don't
been.
push it yet.
It has been.
Yeah. No break-ins lately.
Well, things quietened down a lot. What, a year and a half ago or a year and I guess it's just about 2 years, isn't it, that happened? So, yeah.
Well, I guess we have to think hard about how long ago it was. That's a good sign. Yeah, that's what we like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Do you have cards?
Sure. Yeah.
you can get one later and put me in yourself.
Yeah.
They'll catch
Yeah, but then they take it from me too.
Remember, he also does road infractions as well.
Yeah. I haven't had one in a long time.
And he jinxed it again.
Yeah.
Last time 6 years, so
Yeah.
Here's sure. We gotta keep a couple.
Yeah.
So for our roles here on
Make it easy, I'll just take a picture.
He's
That's
one
what I'm
of
gonna
the
do.
he's a deputy chief of police, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm a
I'm
paper
not
guy.
around, he's the guy.
Nice.
Sometimes when I'm around.
I don't know that.
You pull the old.
Did I go to jail for that?
Can you write on the back? One free pen.
Yeah, well, that, the councils are likely to give you extra tickets.
Yeah.
This is good for one free ticket.
Well, that's why I give mine away.
He says we're hiring, so.
Yeah.
How much notice do you require if they want you to attend a parade or whatever? Do you have any,
It's helpful.
yeah,
As much notice as possible.
So when is our parade?
July 1st?
Yeah, first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let Robin know.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much notice as possible, but
Yeah.
if something pops up at the last minute.
Yeah.
You know, we'll always try to accommodate as best as we can, but if we have more notice, then we can plan those things in.
Yeah. Yeah, because we haven't seen them for a while, but I don't think anybody was phoning them, right?
No, yeah, well, since COVID, really.
Mhm.
Kind of everything
Everything
went
stopped.
sideways and
Yeah.
started up again, so, yeah, okay.
All right.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
One more stop for you guys. Thank you.
Get back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you, gentlemen. Nice to meet everybody here.
Appreciate it.
You bet.
Thanks.
That's it.
All right, we're doing a handshake. All right.
Thanks, well.
Very much.
Martin started it, and important people at the end, thank you.
Yeah.
They are.
They're the ones that actually do the work.
Yeah.
You know it.
Important for people.
All right, see you guys. All right. Yeah, you have to bring that up. One red light.
As we heard, it was a repeat offense.
It was a repeat.
Way
But
good.
I will honestly say, I have that since that night.
But that's a good thing.
Yes.
So it's just that he'll admit to or noticed.
That's season we're only.
You wouldn't have noticed that one had not someone brought it up.
Jumping strokes, but
All right.
Oh,
So we have one agenda move. We've moved it to
13.2.
13.2. Is there any other additions? You would like to adopt?
I would be honored to adopt it.
All in favor? Carried. Administration reports. Public Works.
Yeah, everything was in the package. Update so that the culverts are all running good, so, yeah. And then, okay, I guess the water line breaks, everybody had a chance to look at the pictures.
I think it
and stuff.
broke.
It
Yeah.
broke.
It didn't break.
Yeah. it broke.
Great, it's real.
Still no, costs, yet have been, submitted to us for your approval. But anyway, it happens, we have to fix it, so. Yeah, anyway, everything was in the report.
Yeah.
Like I said, no water was, ever turned off for any residents, so no reports had to be made to Alberta Environment.
Wow.
No, it went very well, very quickly, very well.
And that again was that clay line. there.
Yes.
So,
The asbestos,
Yeah.
AC, right?
Yeah.
Asbestos cement, yeah. Yeah, so,
how many breaks is that now on that road in the last couple of years?
I think that would be 3.
in that same location, 3. Except for this one was right on the main.
Yeah, that's not all been on the main.
no, most of them aren't.
The other 2 were the
Oh, okay.
service lines.
Yeah.
The other 2, and this one was on the main. So the only concern now that I have is that it's stressed, right?
Yeah.
I actually asked Keenan about reducing the pressure going through the pipe. He said that would reduce, we would have to do for the whole village. I'm not sure if that's a consideration that we can do just to,
It's pretty hard when you start
Yeah.
getting houses further away from the plant, right?
yeah. But yeah, he said to do that, we would have to reduce for the whole village. So,
That's certainly a thought, though.
Yeah.
To look into, see what options are available with that. Even not just for that line, but just in general, wear and tear on lines, right?
Well, it's
Yeah.
only at 60 pounds, right?
Can't go much lower.
Yeah, 60, 65.
Yeah.
With your air hammer, you know, once in a while.
Yeah.
We could also look into like Victaulic units. I don't know if you guys know much about Victaulic improved units. It's the new thing. They have expansion units. We're actually doing them at stake right now, along with their water lines at the same time. They have expansion units and you can buy a groover. I think the groover's around $700. But you can replace that iron pretty easily. And if there is an emergency break, you could use one of those Victaulic units. I can have it if, council wants to submit it.
yeah,
Well, she'd have to go through MP.
yeah, we'd have to inquire. So what's it called?
It's called Victaulic.
Oh,
Yeah.
just guessing how it's spelled, but
And just for general purpose knowledge, you would probably want the blue set because they're a lot stronger. It's got a higher grade.
okay.
They stand up to stainless steel as well. I seen the coupling that in the actual report. I saw the coupling that
Yeah.
replaced it. Yeah. That one. And that could easily be replaced by the Victaulic unit,
Is this
such as that.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Okay.
It's
very dependable. I've seen the product itself in use. And it's very inexpensive in comparison to having, welding units. It's just, just food for
Depends on
thought.
what we have for water line.
Sure, that's true, but they have all
Yeah.
regular sizes and oddball sizes. You can go half sizes and quarter
Yeah, but
sizes.
you probably couldn't use it on that water line that just broke.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
groove it.
Cement.
You could split it, pop it, groove it,
Oh, yeah.
drop it in, done right there, and you hit it with an impact, it's done.
Oh.
It's finished.
Technology.
Yeah,
Well, there's been massive upgrades and not a lot of people have been in that environment in a while, so I figure I'd just share it. I don't
Yeah,
know,
For sure. Thank you.
Good idea.
Food for thought. I don't
Yeah.
know, we can bring it before us at another time, whenever, or however you folks want to proceed.
Well, I'm sure that's the last break. We'll-
there we go.
This week.
Okay.
What's you guys?
All right, moving on.
Testing.
Yeah, and everything else was in the package,
Yeah.
so.
So we got a 3/4 or a 1 ton instead of a 3/4 ton, I see,
Did,
Mhm.
for the same price.
which is okay.
Mhm,
Talk later.
yes.
So we want to move to adopt the reports.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
All in favor? Carried. Minutes from February 11th. Anybody see any issues? We want to move to adopt.
We'll move to
Brett, all in favor? Carried. Unfinished business community standards bylaw, second reading of the community standards bylaw and discussion.
Well, it is still redlined,
Mhm.
so did anybody have any more further comments to add to what we were discussing with fire? And propane tanks? That was it, just the two? The community standards.
I thought the
Yeah,
fire stuff was fine, cause you mentioned about pretty much anything for prohibited material.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything that's gonna give off a toxic or
a noxious smell
noxious, yeah.
or
Mhm.
not
dark
toxic.
smoke.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I like it.
Cause I was thinking as I'm reading it, cause I know certain individuals that like burning railroad ties.
Yeah.
But we don't have to list those specifically because
No.
No.
it's kind of all encompassing.
No, just smell.
Right.
So no, I thought that part was fine. And on to for the propanes, I think that's pretty much what we were discussing, like a 200-pound maximum. Pretty much any combination so long as, and except you had in there about maximum size. And it was like the 400-pound or the 300.
The max,
Those big
max
things.
is 100.
It seems redundant to say that when your maximum quantity
Yeah.
is less.
Yeah,
What I would do is replace that and say no tank capacity larger than 100 pounds. That way it just keeps it, you can have a 100-pound tank, you can have two 100-pound tanks,
but a maximum
a
of,
maximum of
Total.
200
Yeah,
pounds.
you can't have a pig with 100 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, is that conglomerate?
Right?
right,
So that would just be my
Yeah, no,
seems
yeah, that definitely seems right.
or than that it looked good.
Yeah,
all right. So
so we
we'll
just want to move second reading.
you can do second reading and we'll bring back the clean draft
Yeah,
for the third reading.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the second reading.
Okay.
All in favor? Carried. Dog bylaw draft.
Again, the same thing, still red lines, so, and then we have been in conversation with the peace officers because of barking dogs. And complaints, dog bites, etc. So there's a bit more work to be done on this, but we can go to second reading. We'll bring you a clean draft with any new changes that we do make. We just discovered these today where in a dog incident or barking, for example, oh, that's actually in the next, where's our barking one? Is the community standards?
That's that's not, that's under noise.
Under noise. Okay, sorry. So we'll bring that back. It'll be probably redlined again, but a time for barking noise complaint, right? So is the dog just barking for 5 minutes? Or is it barking for an extended period of time? That's where he says we should bring that in so that we know what is the complaint. Because it can't just be bark, you know, a dog can be let out and he goes barking in the yard and then he comes back in. And then the next hour he does the same thing. And
Has to be a
comes back in.
duration.
Has to be for a duration of time. So that's something we should think about before we finalize that section. So we'll be bringing that back to you.
Is that actually in the dog bylaw?
That's
Is that
it,
gonna be in the,
That'll be in the noise.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll bring that one back, but in the dog bylaw, what were we talking about? Changing the transitional dog is what we were talking about.
So the main issue that we started with the dog bylaw was the third dog. And whether or not they're okay having a transitional license for new residents coming in with 3. You have 3 until the third one passes, and then you're down to 2. The more I read into our dog bylaw, the more loopholes and missing pieces there are in that bylaw. It can be really broad in some cases. It can be really detailed to the point of redundance in other places.
As a vicious dog.
A vicious dog, like the vicious dog,
vicious dog
section is detailed to the point of redundance. But there's absolutely no age, at like a minimum age for how old does a dog have to be licensed? Is it 12 weeks? Is it 6 months?
Just little things like that.
What was
Does it have to be fixed? Does it
So-
have
What were
to
some of the
be
other
fixed or
loopholes?
stay? Does it?
Yeah.
There's a lot, yeah.
You just pay more for your
It's pretty broad, yeah.
Brandon's the other.
so a few things on this, because I've been working on this one a little bit. There are, for those details, before I get into the other stuff, I'd recommend doing what I did. I went on City of Calgary, check their bylaws, read it, because it has all that in there. So it states it. That would give us a place to start instead of us just, hey, what do we think about that? Right. And I agree that we need some more details on a lot of that stuff. The question of the third dog, which is what started this whole thing. I really like the transitional license. I think we need to account for new people, new residents coming in. We are not expecting them to get rid of family members to live in this community. So I like that. I like the way that's kind of outlined. What I would probably still disagree with is the application to apply for a third dog that you have in point A in that segment. You
To
had
apply.
So you had two parts of that. A was they can apply for a third dog, and B was the transition license.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You had them separate.
Yeah, there was still the 2, yeah.
And it is, I think it's just too vague
Okay.
to say that any resident can come to the village office and say, I would like a third dog. This is why. And then what spot do you put the vet on for her to be able to say yes or no? I mean, that's not outlined, right? And it also opens up a whole can of worms with, are people telling the truth that their dog is 12 and not, 7, and he's on his way out? No, they could just say whatever they want to say. So I think I would X that whole thing. The only reason that they can have more than what we say they can have is if they're new to town.
Well, but the trouble is, we have people in town now with 3 dogs. So we can't go
So
to them
we
and
can-
make them get
no,
rid of one.
We
So they
can
have to
honor
have
them a transition license
But they have to come
for a
forward now.
grandfathered
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
But yes, they have to come in and register. They'll be grandfathered a
Yeah.
Free,
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
whatever their
One time.
regular dog
Yeah.
license is, one time transition. And then it's down to 2.
One
If
time
you-
per household, I think.
Yes, per household. Yeah, not
Fair.
per individual.
Yeah, not per capita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that keeps it,
Yeah.
it keeps it black and white.
yes,
Take that gray area out, cause that's
like
a
Yeah.
problem waiting to happen. If you wanna up it to 3 dogs, then up it to 3 dogs for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't, and I'm not suggesting that, but I'm just saying if that was the way this council was wanting to go, then put that forward and we'll talk about that. But to apply for, to say you can only have 2, but you can ask for a 3rd one,
Mhm.
is just,
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
that's
Why
like
can-
a mess.
Why
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
have
that's
to be
what
on
we-
trouble? Why do we
Yeah.
have that part in there?
Right,
Yeah, it's
Right.
asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
now the second part of my, I was gonna say spiel, that's not right either.
No, you just feel, no,
I am going to suggest adding feline
Mhm.
to our required permits. I checked, I was doing some research again. I started with City of Calgary because they're bigger and smarter than we are. Not suggesting that we follow what they say because they're in a different spot, but it gives us a starting point. And I was gonna read this because this is for the 2 people listening. No, 1 person. Nobody. 1. We got 1 person out there. So, Calgary bylaw is cats must be confined to the owner's property. Roaming cats are a community nuisance. They dig in gardens and defecate on neighbors' property. Outdoor cats kill thousands of songbirds each year. This greatly impacts our city's biodiversity and natural health. Keeping your cat in your yard keeps it safer from traffic, wildlife, poisons, diseases, frostbite, dehydration, and abuse. Instead of them always saying, yeah, well, there's no mice in town. Well, there's other things that are more negative to that. That said, the cost for licensing cats is roughly half of that of dogs. That makes sense. So we're at like 20 and 50 for fixed and non-fixed dog licenses, renewals anyways. You know, cut that back to half. But I would also recommend, the first year, make it like free till December, and then it gives them incentive to register a cat. The other not funny thing, but so City of Calgary, for any infractions of that for stray cats, they actually loan out cat traps. You get a deposit, $120, but it's a free rental.
Mhm.
And it has to be approved, so it's humane and safe and all that stuff, and then the cat is trapped and then returned to the City of Calgary somewhere. Which we don't really want a bunch of cats here. But that's part of the cleanup process, and then that offense, after a reminder or 2, again, that gets into a whole nother segment, but I think that there's a lot of residents in town that would like that being controlled as well. We don't have a big cat problem here. I don't want to be get to the point where Rockyford is, because they do.
we're getting close because there's 2 residents up, toward Main Street that are in the teens.
Mm.
And that's
That's a
all it
problem.
takes, yeah. Yeah. And that's a problem. When there's no control on it, then, and it's gonna affect the whole village.
So what do we do with places like that?
So-
Do we do like,
Again, they have to be confined to the property. We can put a limit on going forward. We could say 6 or 4, whatever we can figure out. We can put a limit on it. You have to grandfather in the people that are already there. But they still have to abide by the bylaw that says the animal is confined to their property.
Yeah.
Then that's on them.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So would you, so I think what we should do at this point is just make a motion to add this to our animal control bylaw, and then we can redraft the whole thing and come back.
Yeah, there's a lot of details with it that
Yeah.
need to get worked out if the idea is, if I'm not the only one who feels this way.
Well, make a motion and then we go from there, right?
Before you do, I just wanted to add something as for on the bylaw enforcement part of this. We were speaking with Justin initially when you first brought this up, when we were first doing the dog bylaw. They can't really enforce cats.
We would be on our own.
We would be on our own for bylaw enforcement as far as cats go.
Well, that's fine.
We'd have to have a storage facility for cats, wouldn't we?
Don't we have
Well, we
humane
could,
society or whatever that,
Calgary.
A building here?
it's not a building,
No, but
They'd have to go to Calgary.
They would have.
all the way to Calgary?
All the way to
There's nothing to.
Nothing.
If they take them.
Nothing in Drum.
the animal sanctuaries in Drumheller and Strathmore, because I gave Al, because he's got that cat problem here in town. And it took them a month to come out, and they just caught 2, and they took them and got them fixed, and then they brought them back, and then they're gonna catch a couple more, and take them and fix and bring them back. But he just doesn't want them dead, he'd rather keep them all, just get them fixed. So,
That's what Ruggiver did. Rounded them all up, took them in, got them fixed and came
Well,
back
Al's
and dropped them off.
he's paying for them out of his own pocket at least, so that's good on him.
Well, and it's not so much, I mean, it's not so much the quantity or fixed or not fixed, it's still the roaming around, right? So,
I'll make a motion.
okay, well, I'd like to make a motion that we add cats to the, what bylaw is this?
Dog bylaw.
It's not a dog.
We're gonna have.
Animal-
Animal control.
Animal control, yeah.
To that bylaw. For
Yeah, we're gonna have changes.
for future
Yeah.
Yeah.
discussion.
Any other discussion on that? All in favor? Carry.
Okay,
Somebody want to move second reading?
no, I think we'll just
Just leave it?
leave
Okay.
it, yeah.
A lot of changes in there.
So
to
let's
Go to second.
Yeah.
I think it's gotta be revamped.
Yeah.
Okay, 6.3,
That's the rates and all that.
second reading of master rates bylaw. Somebody want to move second reading?
Except that'll change too if you add,
We can table this again too.
Okay,
if you add
okay,
items,
somebody want to move the table it?
I'll move the table.
All in favor? Carried. MP projects. 2026, ESA for contamination.
So Chris came back with the phase 1 to do a environmental site assessment. If we were to go with Frederick Avenue, so
For the phase 1, it was just like $3,000 or
4,500.
45.
Yeah.
But the second phase was ridiculous.
Yeah, if we have to go that far, right? So we know the tanks are gone. We know that.
Mhm.
But
Isn't
I
that
guess-
all,
I
isn't
guess-
that all the first phase is gonna tell us? Is it the tanks are there?
Are they drilling at all?
No, I think it was if they had leaked.
They're
Well,
gonna
they got
Or new
identify.
ground contamination?
gotta be
Identify
set up
any
there.
environmental
Yeah,
risk or liabilities associated with the former gas station.
I think there's gonna be assessments done there for soil.
I can,
I didn't know, I'm sorry, and if it was in there, I missed it as far as what
Oh.
was entitled, or what was entailed with between the first phase and the second phase, like, I don't know.
Well, the ground sampling isn't cheap.
No.
Soil testing.
yeah,
Well, we're gonna find out if we do the project and then.
If we do the project, we have to do it.
Regardless, yeah.
Eventually, the project's gonna have to get done.
Mm-hmm.
no matter what.
But we don't have to do that testing unless we're doing the
That's right.
project now. I would think push that,
Wait until we decide
push that
what project
cost
we're doing.
and
this year.
then understand that it might cost an extra 20 grand for that
Yeah.
section.
Gotcha.
But no reason to put out the 20 grand right now
Mhm.
if we end up not doing that project.
I agree.
And this would be, if we do that project, it'll be part of the contingency allowance, right? So you'd have it in there, so you would be actually putting in for the whole amount.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
whether or not you use it or not
I know.
is contingent on.
If we are doing a,
what's
say, a
determined.
pull through, we won't be disturbing the soil as much. Like with the water sewer, right? You won't be digging down 8 feet.
No,
You just go down on one end and then do a pull through, and then you're all going down this
The
much.
only
You're
thing
great.
is we're not doing the lines to the curb stops when we do it that way.
Right.
Right.
It still has to
So,
go to the curb.
There's
stop.
no guarantee that we're not gonna have that 10 feet, 12 feet, whatever,
Yeah.
isn't gonna spring leak after we pave it,
yeah.
Mhm.
which that,
No, yeah, you still have to
That's
do,
right.
still have to do the digs off to the side anyway,
Yeah.
to the valves.
yeah.
Maybe a pull throughs down by.
I think we should just put the 20,000 or whatever the estimated price is just into the budget, as you said. That
It'll
way,
be in the project.
we plan for it, and then if
Yeah.
we don't, it's a save,
Yeah.
but if we do, the funds are there.
So, just jumping a little ahead, I was gonna ask to have a budget meeting in 2 weeks, and hopefully Chris will at that time have the tenders back, so.
Okay.
Probably we could, get more information
Okay.
on this, and
So
then if we do have a meeting in 2 weeks, we'll be able to assess all that.
Move the table this till then.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Brian, all in favor? Carried. Realtor comparison for 26 lot sales.
This was in your package presented today on the table. We have had Royal LePage been calling us because he apparently has a buyer for the couple of lots over there. One that the village has for sale, and he has somebody that was potentially interested in the house that was for sale there, plus purchasing the lot beside it that was for sale. Anyway, I said, well, tell them to make a proposal or make an offer. So anyway, we came back, you asked us to, get some prices on who would charge what, so that's what we did. We spoke with, Royal LePage, Harry Morgan, we had a meeting with Lush Realty here, and we had a meeting with, CRR Realty, oh my God. All right.
Has it been a long week for you already? Yeah.
Already, yeah.
Onward.
And then what they would charge for their fees, is there.
So I'm just gonna speak a little bit on Lush, because that's who Rocky has. So last week, they listed the school and Peterson's shop. On Thursday afternoon, there was a showing of the school. Friday afternoon, there was another showing of the school. There was 2 showings of Peterson's last week. The school had offers put in on it. There was a bidding war, and the offer was accepted Monday afternoon at 1. They have the one girl is working, or lady is working on her commercial license.
Want to say that's Natasha or Tash.
Tash is working on her commercial license. She
Yeah.
hasn't got it yet, but they have another lady, her name's Rhea, that does it. We had 3 more showings of Peterson's today. They come out, they videotape the town, put it on their site, show Main Street with a drone, and they come out and support the community. They come to all the events. That's just my dealing with them. I've never seen 2 people more gung ho for selling, so. I don't know. I won't ever vote to go with Harry Morgan again.
Does anybody have any dealings with DIR, Ellen?
She, her and her husband are building a house here in town. They bought a lot and are building. And she has, couple of listings here in town already.
I think she's been successful a couple times, but I wouldn't say that verbatim. Haven't really experienced much with either of them, so I wouldn't be able to talk on the subject.
Yeah. Me neither.
Yeah, maybe that.
I mean, I like keeping it local, but
Me too, I like to keep it
I don't
local
know,
too, but
I haven't heard anything really.
I don't think, and I'm not saying anything against her, just that Yvette had told me she doesn't have quite the reach that,
Oh, and then for industrial or
Commercial.
commercial, she doesn't have that capability as Lush does.
no, does Helen have her commercial and
No.
everything? No, not at all.
No.
Okay.
It would be nice to actually have a
Mhm.
realtor that we just count on and,
Yeah.
because for things back and forth instead of, we don't wanna piece it out, right?
All right. You want a
Sounds
motion?
like,
well, I'm just going by my experience.
Well,
That's
that's-
all I'm just telling you, right? So,
Yeah.
So I think we could make a motion for, residential and commercial realtor. Which is basically, the only one that falls in that category would either be Harry or,
Lush.
Lush, right? So,
well, I'll make a motion that we use Lush. And if there's more discussion, feel
for
free.
residential and commercial.
Residential and
I think,
commercial.
yeah, I think the only reason why I would agree with that is based off of the fact that they can ascertain the commercial license.
Yeah,
That would be the only one infraction that would impede me from changing.
okay. So
Anything else?
for residential and commercial real estate,
And then just, once you do talk to them, make sure they are on your email list for functions in town.
mhm,
Let them know every function, every
Mhm.
fundraiser, everything.
okay.
All in favor? Carried. Financial report 7.1.
Again, you will not see any numbers in your BDR for comparison because budget numbers are not put in there yet, but you'll see expenses, year to date and monthly.
Any questions? Do you want to move?
I'll make a motion.
Any other discussions? All in favor? Carried. Correspondence. Anything other than the Stars tour that we need to
Reminder, yeah.
reminder?
In here, I got a, interesting email from a legal, which is to do with community-led operations. I'd just like you to read it. It's a very interesting read. In respect with, our volunteers and stuff.
Which one was that?
8.5.
Bottom.
Yeah, it's a couple pages, I think it was, by.
I may have been speed reading by that.
It's kind of dry.
I skim correspondence. I don't spend a lot of time on it.
It's why do municipalities hand over the facilities to volunteers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I read that too.
Budget pressures, ownership and pride, operational flexibility, appeal. Anyway, it was an interesting read.
Stars tour, we gotta be there before 1:30. Am I wrong on the time or right? I'm pretty sure it's 1:30.
I think it was 1:30. Yeah.
So we're all going?
I can't, I'll be working.
You can't go.
No.
I'm going.
I will not be attending. I've got skateathon.
So there'll be 5 of us. So,
I haven't confirmed yet,
okay,
but
so there'll be 4 or 5 of us, so we should probably leave here about noon.
Noon? Okay. And we'll figure out who's driving.
Yeah.
Okay. There's only 5 of us. We
If
could
there's
take-
only 5 of us, we can go one vehicle.
Okay, yeah, we could take mine too, because I've got a 7-seater.
And we're right about the right number, so they don't have to
Mhm.
call more people in to do it, so. And if down the road, we can set up another one for spouses and stuff too. Because we have it in there, so.
And I heard Yvette was buying lunch this time. So.
Oh,
I heard that too. I think it was something to do like the chop steakhouse. I think.
Yeah, it was chop, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was, yeah.
Yeah, she said Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That changes things.
Somebody want to move the correspondence's information.
I'll go ahead.
All in favor? Carried. New business policies handbook approved batch.
We're slowly getting there. Policies. It was in your package. So, GIS, web mapping, in our original policies, there was, something to do with the Wheatland County officers, and it was all to do with violations on their part, not anything to do with, I'm not sure why. But anyway, this has been cleaned up quite a bit.
Okay.
So,
Somebody want to move to approve the batch?
I'll make motion to approve.
All in favor? Carried. Revisit radio.
we're gonna table this again. We're
Okay.
just waiting for, a callback.
We'll move to table. I'll move it. All in favor? Carried. Audit person.
Is that the one that wouldn't
No, hang on a
open?
second, Rex, where's yours on
Yeah,
here?
that's what it was, Rex.
I added one in there too, yeah.
Hang on a second here.
I don't know if you still have it, I can pull up my
No,
information.
no,
if
no, it
required.
was in the package.
I couldn't
Open back to the radios.
Yeah, it was just a concern that I had, particularly with the radios, and when it came down to our local volunteer firefighters, they do not have a Mayday.
Yes, we,
Oh.
that is, that I believe, I don't know, that's a programming thing. And I believe it's being looked at.
Yeah, I think we should maybe look into that because if people are gonna be fighting fire trucks and something happens to those individuals, I think it's our responsibility to at least, have a safety device in order for us to go and retrieve them if we
I
can,
don't-
given the
I
circumstances.
don't know if that's our place to do that. It's kind of the fire department's battle with programming, right? I don't know.
Sorry, that was in the package, was it not?
It
Yes.
was, but I was unable to open it. It said-
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
couldn't open it either. But I do know that
Yeah, that was,
Mayday button is now a mute button instead of a Mayday button.
Yes.
So I know there has been conversations
Is that that?
with,
Okay.
well,
I can know.
I just
Oh,
wanted,
okay.
I wanted to bring it before the council because I find it very important. That's very damaging, very, very damaging error.
well, that's, the problem is I'm gonna bite my tongue right.
Yeah.
It's
How did that get?
Oh,
it's the organization that ordered the radios and got them programmed, told them to program.
yeah, no, it just says,
So,
Can't do.
get a Adobe Reader now.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah.
But I would go with
Get
what
a Adobe.
Mark started
commercial.
with there. It's not really for this table to figure out that problem.
kind of
I understand.
micromanaging, right?
Yeah,
But I think it's concerning.
certainly, and I agree with you. But it's something that organization has to kind of figure out and you're part of that. Figure out like a direction, figure out what you need and what you gotta do.
Oh, yeah, you're on the.
And then
I
bring
just-
that back
Yeah, I thought.
as opposed to us doing legwork on it. Right?
Yeah,
Fair
no,
enough.
we'd be the middle person because they're the ones that were involved right from the start getting the radios. So for us to step
That
in
too.
is kind of not. Kind of out of
Circumvents the
our
procedure.
area, right? But no, he's right. You're on there, so yeah, keep us informed.
I'm just trying to bring it to the table
Yeah.
as well. I mean, I think it's an imperative.
Oh, it's a valid issue,
For
definitely.
sure it is.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, sorry, here, I do have it was just. attached
just
to it,
resend it.
right? Okay, well, we're just gonna table all this. so
Yeah, we
can,
tabled it anyway.
yeah.
So just resend that
Okay.
and see if we can open it.
Did somebody make a motion there
Yeah.
to table the radios? Yeah,
Ryan did. We just haven't voted on it yet.
Yeah.
All in favor? Carrying. Audit presentation.
Sorry, yeah, this one should have been struck out because
Okay.
originally, we were having to do a special meeting. I knew there was something.
Okay. Well,
We
we're
no
just
longer have to do a special meeting,
moving
so.
along. Wheatland Housing Management body motion for reserves.
The letter was in the package.
Yep, so I could speak a little bit to it. We had talked about this a while back because we had to redo the roof and it was over 100,000. So when we have an emergency like that, it comes out of our capital, right? So we don't have an emergency or capital reserve. So basically the lodge board can requisition all the partners to pay that bill. And that's just the way it works. So we talked about it in there and we would like to do something different. Instead of us having to come up with our percent of 100,000 on things, we just start a small yearly contribution into capital reserves. So it's just
Automatically.
it's automatically, if we're just requisitioned so much a year.
Have to go there. I think
That's just what the residents, it's not a problem.
That was a-
Yeah, no, it's a lot smaller way of doing it for us. It's more feasible for us.
And this is just the motion to set it in.
In motion.
In motion, yeah. So,
Didn't get that. Thank you.
Somebody want to move motion for capital reserves?
I'll go ahead with that one.
Any other conversation or discussion or questions? All in favor? Carried. Nutrient donation.
okay. So we did hear back from legal, and again, they have, basically no issues with the equipment or the easement agreement that was in the packages for the last couple months here. Again, the whole agreement with getting the land was that village would be paying for the expenses of whatever's needed to be done for survey or.
Subdivision.
Yes.
Any costs incurred is
Yeah.
ours.
So far, I mean, it's really been minimal. But yeah, so these agreements do need to be approved to go back to Nutrient, and they're the ones that drafted these up, so we just sent them to our legal just to make sure everything was all
They had
good.
no issues.
So one is for the land donation agreement, and the other one's for the mutual access easement agreement. Which will allow the upper section of the north half to have access to our road.
And they flagged nothing. Legal did.
No.
Do we need to make motions independently? or-
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so with that, you will sign the
Land
mutual
donation.
Yep.
First,
land donation agreement with Nutrient.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
all in favor? Carried. Do I need to sign that?
I will sign this one.
Because if I need to sign it, we might as well slide it down here and I'll sign it right now. Or the moment forget. We could do every meeting.
What?
Yeah. And then the other,
The
sorry,
next-
that's land. It's-
Well,
we're gonna
just-
sign
that's gotta go
both
down there
of
too.
these. We're gonna sign both of them anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah.
somebody want to make the motion for the
Mutual
letter B,
access easement agreement.
Oh,
all in favor? Carried. Budget meeting, March 25th. Can everybody make it? Please pass that back down.
From.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Okay. And this was, actually, I was got a few more things for budget. We've been, it's a Wednesday, 2 weeks from today.
I have WC.
Oh,
Sorry.
we can probably pick another day, but, Tuesday or the Thursday?
24th or the 26th works.
24th
Four.
probably work for me.
Yeah, it'd be better.
24th, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Right,
24th then?
I'll get back to him. I don't know.
Okay,
I'll have to get back to you on that one, unfortunately.
okay. All
Okay,
right, let me
well,
know, and then if not, we'll pick another date, but
Figure it out.
Tuesday, the 24th for
Absolutely.
tentative, okay? So we have been doing some research on some laptops. So I decided just to go to Munisoft and find out what they had for devices. So in your package on the table today, you'll have stuff for budget. There's also James had prepared some quotes for the trailer. Okay, if you want to look at that.
I think he's used his allotment this year already.
Yeah, unfortunately, that trailer
No, I
we do need to replace, but the best one that we got actually was the 4,751 for a brand new 12-foot express car and equipment, 3,500-pound axle trailer.
They've got one
So-
axle or two, because if it's only one, don't do it.
Yeah, you want to.
Two 3,500-pound axles, 2 by 3,500. Is that
Where's
I
this
don't-
at one at?
Yeah, I
the
can't.
very
find
last
it.
page?
Oh, good last page. Yeah, okay.
Very last page. There's a couple things in there, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's all right.
Are you want us to make a motion on this or just?
If you wanted to, because you guys had told them we need to replace the trailer, but because we haven't approved budget yet, this would
Did
be.
you not try the one down in, you didn't, there's one down in, High River.
Yes.
I
I'll tell you
believe-
what, they were the cheapest and it's a heavy duty trailer.
I would just like to know whether this is,
That just seems awfully low to me.
well, I'd like
It
to know
doesn't
whether
have
it's,
anything on here about ramps and everything else. Like this other one has.
Like beaver
has-
tail?
Okay, well, we'll
Yeah.
get some more information,
Yeah.
but
Just,
we'll,
I'm gonna give you the name of the one in High River. It's
yeah,
like, yeah. Factory outlet
No.
trailers, FOT.
I
Yeah, I
think
think we
he,
went over this last.
Yeah,
time.
we did. I brought it up. Yeah, because
okay.
it's, and I could, you know what?
It has to be what?
it has to
Double-
be dual axle.
Dual axle. Okay, well,
And also whether it has surge brakes or electric brakes, whether it's got the ramps, whether it's tilt deck. There's a lot
We
of,
don't want tilt deck.
no, that's what I mean.
brakes, you said,
What's this
Yeah,
primarily
brakes.
for?
okay,
Well, it'd be
Okay,
hot
so
hot
this was
seat
not brought
and
up.
water
And
tank
okay,
ramps.
ramps, I got that.
And some equipment.
and equipment if you need to haul your tractors, see, and that's the thing, right? We looked at a lot of different trailers and to fit your mowers, if you gotta take the deck. That trailer that's why we went with what we went with. And I could even look and see what was paid for them.
Yeah, also whether it has side rails,
Side rails, yeah, all of that.
because
Okay.
when,
You know what, I'll try to remember, text me tomorrow, I'll get pictures of it and send it to you.
Okay, all right, well, this can wait for the budget meeting anyway. You know, it's not an emergency.
And then you said the laptops are in here.
Yeah, so we just did a quick comparison. So now, this is, okay, we need,
The Munisoft page?
yes.
Yeah.
Got 2 quotes from Unisoft, which would give you full support. Every year, you would be the same as this laptop. If something happened to this laptop right now, I ship it off, they fix it, send it back. We just pay for shipping. As long as you have the EMA, which is Equipment Maintenance Agreement. We bought this in 2019 and it's still covered. Okay, so
How
there
long
is
is that
2.
agreement good for? Or is that
As
an
long
annual
as it's
payment?
listed with them.
Okay.
$126 a year per device. So this, I pay 126, but if something goes wrong with it, it goes back, comes back, right?
Does that include upgrading programming and all that?
They pretty well do everything. Windows 11 would be installed on them. There is, unfortunately though, Microsoft 365 is changing and we will have to be doing licensing different. There won't be any more, what's the word?
Perpetual license.
Licensing like we do now. You'll pay yearly a subscription. So that subscription is unfortunately $209 per device for the business, which is what we need with Munisoft. You have to have the business one.
So I'm gonna
So-
ask you a question. What would you recommend?
Well, I wanted to find out what council's preferences are. This is a 15.6 inch. And there's the 14 inch. So this
Show
is the
it to us,
difference.
man.
This is the difference here. You can pass this. This is the 14 inch
Your
here.
banner.
And this is the
Sorry,
big
I'm a
one.
little
So
tired
what's,
tonight.
So for portability, they prefer, they say 14 inch. This is a bit more. We have to have a rugged case for it so that it doesn't get damaged. It's up to council's discretion whether you want to go with the 15.6 or.
well, I'm just
14.
looking at our table, and if we all have a 15-inch laptop sitting there, 15.5-inch laptop, we're gonna need a bigger table. I don't, you know what? You guys,
I know.
My argument with the 15-inch, if we are going with computers, we should also then be doing this to paper.
yes, I know, I get it, that's,
Yeah.
So having a regular size laptop.
Have a bit of space.
Should actually, this is about the size, right? Because if you,
Yeah, about there.
just about, a little bit bigger.
what's the
So,
difference in price?
14 inches are
about $250 difference. But
$250.
now, if this is the route council wants to go,
Yes.
then we go with Munisoft. We can also incorporate all the email addresses, but we'll be doing that later on. So it's a one-stop shop if this is what we want to do. It's your decision, or I've given you some comparables that we can just go and buy.
Go ahead,
And I'm gonna say the same thing you're about
I
to
think
say.
you're probably,
So whatever's easier for you, like whatever, like it's not gonna make a huge difference on the bottom line. What'll matter more is what makes it easier for this office. And pretty much your recommendations, like, don't give it, we're all gonna have,
Yeah.
we're gonna have 5 different opinions or preferences on what
Okay.
size or what's this. You pick what's best in your opinion.
Well, I would go with Munisoft
Okay.
for the ongoing duration for support, right?
Okay.
And then we can integrate the emails and stuff.
Agree 100%.
I will let you guys decide between the 14
well,
or the
for
15.
$200 less, we get 15.
No, 14 inches or more.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
right.
saying, for what, why wouldn't we
Yeah.
go for
Yeah,
that? for
Laura just pointed that
$200
out, that the 14 is actually
Is actually-
more expensive than. the
Because it's more
15.6.
portable and
Yeah.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah,
We're all
but we're,
capable of carrying a little bit.
yeah, but
bigger
a 14 inch is okay if we're going to be putting it in our attaché case and carrying it around.
You have
thing.
to.
Yeah, it won't.
have-
No,
it
no,
won't
but we're
fit
bringing
in
it,
my
we're bringing it from home to here. We're not traveling it everywhere. It's not going everywhere
Well,
else. So,
Well, no.
Probably take it to your meetings.
well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
the 15 inch is only going to be traveled like
Everyone else does it.
once a month, right?
Well, no, you should be taking it to your meetings.
Well, no, to the meetings, like once a month to the meetings.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
You need a motion.
Well, I would like for you guys to make the decision.
I make the
on-
motion, we go with Unisoft and the 15.6 inch laptops with the ongoing coverage that we need for ease of use.
Okay, so every year, then we will have to add to the budget every year that the extra for the.
And we add to the budget every year the extra coverage cost.
There you go.
Any other discussion?
Was your other hand on the Bible?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything
All
else?
right.
All in favor?
Okay.
Carried.
Yeah, put that extra money for the bigger screen onto the Microsoft
Yeah.
365.
Okay,
Road
decision
closure-
made. Perfect, thank you.
Road closure bylaw for 7th.
Okay, we started this a few years back and we had to stop because of the Golden Hills agreement. We could not sell or do anything with the property for 48 months. So that was over in last year, 2025, but of course, a lot of things happened in 2025 and it just never followed through. But now we would like to pick it up again. So what I would like to know is the first reading was completed on this road closure bylaw, September 11th of 2024. If council would like, we can continue on. We can go for 2 years on a bylaw before it has to be completed. I talked to transportation today. They said you could do it either way. You could rescind this one and start a new one, or carry on with this current one that we had approved or first reading done September 11th of 2024. Maybe just pass this around if you want to sit here. So it's up to you if you would like to rescind it. I think, or continue. And what it is, okay, so this is the property that's at the end of 7th, and what happened is there's a fence that's been there forever on the wrong side of the alley. So the owner has already paid for the survey to resurvey it all out. It's already ready to go. It just has to go to transportation, and yeah, then he will acquire that land.
So why would we start over?
Yeah, well, it's up to you. Like, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I called transportation just to make sure that I had the correct information. So continue on. Okay.
Continue, that's what I would
All right.
recommend.
So
Start over.
yeah, so we can just get a motion. We'll continue with the process of the road closure bylaw.
Yeah, there's no approach there
No, there's
on
nothing
the new
there.
lane
No.
anyway, so if we would have wanted to open up a
We'd
lane, we
have
just put it in
to
a
have to
approach.
approach in a culvert.
Yeah.
Yeah, big deal, well, cheap.
Somebody want to make the motion and just continue forward?
Well.
Brian, any other questions? All in favor? Carried.
Okay.
RPR for 130 Christian Avenue.
So this is the old recycle building. It was sold without an RPR, which was not part of the condition for sale. Problem is now we cannot locate any pins there. Reason being is there is no pins. The owner would like to locate the pins, which would be just a basic fence line survey, and wants to know if council would pay for it because it probably should have been done prior to, but we only found out after the fact that there is no pins there
This was our,
because of the subdivision at the time didn't require pins at each.
yeah, this is our problem.
So
Is.
he
which
is
then-
requesting that council
How much?
$500 to $700.
I'm not sure how this is council's property.
Well, we should have had it done before we sold
I
it.
didn't think you could even buy it without a legal survey.
Yeah.
I'm
So it
amazed
should
that
have been,
you could actually buy
It
it without a
wasn't
legal
part of
survey.
the requirement for sale.
That was in the conditions.
It wasn't in the condition.
Not at all.
No.
why wasn't
No.
it though, is my
It-
question.
Okay, so
That's the biggest issue that leaves us open.
the verbal agreement was that we would find, because it was in the winter time, we would find the pins in the spring because you couldn't find anything. So we went to go look for the pins. We can't find them. And in speaking with the surveyor, he said, you won't find them. There is no pins.
Okay, you go ahead and then I got another question.
So understanding, yes, that we did sell the property, but I think also, I think the onus, I would be willing to accept the onus on both parties, because one, we should have had the RPR done before it was sold. Two, he shouldn't have been able to buy the property without an RPR because we have no idea where the boundaries are or anything else. So I would be willing to split the cost with the owner, saying it was an error on both parts. It was a hindsight because it came in and it was put in motion. It was sold in 20 minutes. So I would say, this, yes, it was an error on our part, but it was an error on your part because you also don't know what you're buying. Your property you're buying could be 4 feet on each side of that building. So because you didn't check, we didn't check, we'll split the cost. It should be on both of us. It should be entirely on us because he didn't do his due diligence as well. We shouldn't be on the bill for that. We can accept part responsibility, the owners can be on us, and it should be on him as well.
But if we were selling it in the summer and we couldn't find the pins, would we have went and got the RPR done?
Yeah, but even if,
We probably would have.
Yeah,
but if you bought it,
Bucks.
if you
Yeah,
bought
I
it,
know.
yeah. If you bought it in the summer and we didn't have the RPR, would he have still bought it?
You said this was a fairly quick sale.
Yes.
You probably got a pretty good deal because it was a quick sale. I don't need to get into
He paid
details.
full asking price,
He paid assessed
full
value.
assessment value. Yeah.
Which was,
65.
65.
65 or
something?
67,
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
like, no, yeah, he just paid the price. We didn't negotiate nothing, so. But again, in speaking, we said we would locate the pins because we assumed there was pins, but after the fact, we went down quite a few times and couldn't find nothing. And then when I was speaking with the surveyor, he said you'll never find a pin. Good luck. He said they were never put in to start with. And it makes it very difficult, like, this is something I was thinking about, to mark, the council should have a project, something like that. Maybe we can find a grant to go and mark out certain pins at corners so that surveyors don't have such a hard time.
Mhm.
That won't be the future properties that we're gonna be dealing with at the same time.
All the ones that we're doing now are
They
all
should
marked and
have
pinned,
pins.
right? Each property is pinned, but the older subdivisions won't be,
No.
yeah. They gotta go back quite a ways to go find another pin and they
I'd
just,
look for 'em.
Yeah, see, I just think hypothetically, if we went back to that property and said, well, your property line is 2 feet each side of the building directly through, and he says, no, it's not, it was more. Well, sorry, you didn't have a property report when you bought it. So I would be, he could say, well, I've actually bought 5, I was told by the village, it was a 4-acre lot. And then we say, well, no, it's not. Well,
Okay,
where's the RPR?
I have something to say.
Yeah.
Being a newer resident here to Standard, given the fact that I had to put up a fence, if I was to go and sell my property, given the fact that I put up a fence, I would cry or getting an RPR. But I think the situation is a little bit different in this
Mhm.
department, in this particular situation. I think it was a little bit of a drop of the ball on this side. But that's my opinion.
Mhm.
Well, I think we don't want to have people think of us kind of haggling them out of property.
No, and that's,
Do you know what I mean? Or leaving them with an existing bill, or being backdoorish.
But we got 67,000 for it and we're not willing to spend 700 on to do the RPR.
Yeah, like I mean,
And that's
we made 67 grand, and $700 is about a drop of in the ocean in comparison.
okay, but I guess to rebut that though, if you were gonna put up a fence,
Mhm.
you would have to get an when I put up my fence, I had to get an RPR done out of my own pocket to make sure it was done as the landowner. Now, there was a RPR done when I bought my house,
Okay.
but that was besides the point. I still had to get it to find out where it was.
Okay, but if we've dropped something along the pathway, I think it's our responsibility to pick it up. Because even though here in the future, we have new properties that are here that are being pinned.
Yeah.
And that's part of our regular procedures to have them pinned.
Mhm.
I think in this one situation, I don't think it's the actual owner's.
No, okay, yeah, I can see your
what I'm
point.
saying.
Yeah, no, I can see your point. I can see it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I can see it that way, yeah.
Brandon's got it.
So it's nice to do the right thing or what you think is the right thing. I was kind of gonna compare to like when we have a water line break and something, then so the property owner is responsible for that water line up to the
T.
yeah, what
Yeah.
The
I mean,
curb stop.
the curb
so if it breaks just on this side of their side of the curb stop, it might still be under a sidewalk or whatever, right? Part of so they have to dig up that sidewalk. Now, the resident didn't say I want the sidewalk there, doesn't want the sidewalk replaced, but the sidewalk needs to be replaced. And it's whose responsibility to pay for that sidewalk? Well, it's hard. It's not really the resident's fault, but it's not the village's fault either that it broke. So, yeah, or that it had to be replaced. I'm more with Brian on this, that if Richard, I'm sorry. It's
I'm
the
used-
Brian
I'm
thing.
used to it.
It is so messed up. Anyway, so or Jack. I don't know.
Yeah.
It always gets confused. Where we didn't need the real property report to transfer the property. He wants the real property report because he's doing something, whatever it is. So in this case, it's a fence. That's part of his project as far as I'm concerned. We did ours. It's not there. That's unfortunate, but he doesn't need the real property report. He wants it for a project.
No, sorry. You misunderstood. The surveyors will do a fence line survey, which is $500 to $700. He did not say
Oh,
nothing about, when he was purchasing the property, he just wanted to make sure that we'll locate the pins. And we said, yes, we'll do that in the spring because we have a pin finder. And typically we will go locate pins, which is not a real property report or survey. But we can locate them for them so that they know where their property is. But no, we did not say, he did not say he was building a fence, but we had told him we would locate the pins for him in the spring after the snow melted, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So-
based just off the verbal.
Yeah,
You said, I think that I have no opposition in to what was said in splitting it too, but just because it was given as a verbal, that we would actually find and locate those pins. That's the only contributing factor in my experience.
Let's start.
Verbal's only as good as the paper's written on.
Yeah, but I
But-
mean,
No, we did
do
verbally
locate-
agree
yeah.
to it.
Well, no, we always go and locate pins, but people know that it's not a legally binding survey, right? So, but he just wanted to know where the property pins were,
Yeah.
which we thought there would be pins, but there isn't any pins, so.
Well, somebody can make a motion and we can discuss it more.
I like the motion, we find the pins on our bill, because that's. If we assume the pins are there and we told them we would find them when this thaw happened.
I'm just thinking back to when I bought my place. They had an RPR and I got it
Yeah.
from them, right?
Mhm.
And if I wanted to do something, then I had to go get another one. You said it.
Yeah.
You had one when you bought your house.
When I bought my house, I received an RPR, and when I put up a fence, I have to update my
Yeah.
RPR. So
Yeah.
that is in my factor, because I went out of my way to induce the project.
Right.
But
Yeah.
in this particular case, I strongly advise
Yeah.
that we go opposing, because it was given as a verbal.
No, and that's where I agree on, because he didn't have it to first and we verbally gave him the agreement, so I think we should do our part and say, yes, it was done, we will get it.
All right, so the motion is that we'll pay for the RPR.
Well, a fence line survey,
Best
Yes.
lines.
That's
Yeah.
conservative.
a fence line survey up to $700.
Yeah.
Yes, sure. And if he needs the RPR for a project, that dime's on
That's
him.
up to him.
I-
All in
I fully
favor?
agree. Yeah.
Carried.
So let him know if he wants something more, he can.
Solar approved invoice.
Okay, so, Peralta would like to get the parts ordered for the solar. So this is, 78,206.94, but because we have no budget, we just need council motion to proceed, and we are sending out letters to the groups to discuss with their partners and discuss how they're going to, pay for their
Pay for
part of the
it.
project.
Yes.
Is that, all of is that the full bill?
No, this is just probably, this is a supply and install. These are just the parts, I believe. Electrical distribution items. Flush mount racking. So this is not labor. This is just,
it's
the
parts only.
materials. This is the materials.
We're gonna make that motion. What do you want it to read? That you're gonna
Um,
carry
That will
forward
pay invoice
and then,
of 78,000.
and then talk to partners?
Yeah, well, we already did that in the
Oh, you
last
already
one,
did
yeah.
that, okay.
So this one is just to pay for the invoice, pay
Okay.
Peralta 78,200, 206.94. Yeah.
Brian made the motion. All in favor? Carried. Standard Skating Club request.
So yeah, they have their little carnival this weekend. They're a little late. They apologize for sending in, looking for any donations for adult and children prizes.
What do we normally do?
We typically, they have never really sent us anything.
Really?
This carnival, no. We've never done anything for them, so anything we do would be greatly appreciated. So. And again, maybe this is something like the rodeo, this is an annual contribution that we probably could just put in our budget.
I will suggest if we are going to donate a prize, that it's a child's prize.
Okay.
I would hesitate, do we do that for all the groups?
We do, rodeo we do, yeah.
What do we, okay, rodeo, like, I don't
Rodeo does,
remember having anything, and I'm
Yeah.
on the library board, but. I don't-
started a couple years ago now.
We've never
What do
done
we
it.
do for the library?
We've never got a letter from,
Yeah.
I am personally my
Yeah.
son is in skating, he's doing the carnival on Sunday. They have lots of physical prizes already.
Okay.
So if you wanted to just do a monetary check, skating club, I'm sure that would be just as appreciated.
what did we give the rodeo?
1,000.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Gold plated skates.
I don't wanna give them 1,000.
No.
This,
I'm uncomfortable with the donations, so I'll be honest. How do you make that equal across the board? So one's,
It's, you have so many groups.
so many groups.
7 or 8 groups in town.
and
I don't normally get asked, that's.
Well, and I'm saying, all the groups are worthy.
Mhm.
I don't. For us to
I
give,
guess it's not,
for
no,
us to give to one and how much and
it's,
I
consider it more sponsorship, I guess, is kind of more the word that we should be.
I guess before I start agreeing anyways to donate anything, I would like to look at something on, well, one, budget, what we can do, and look at all the groups and see, find a format that seems appropriate and fair for all of them. And maybe that's not a support like by donating something, but maybe it's putting into our budget a reserve for something. If they need something down the road, we can help. So maybe that's the way we can support it.
No, I, as you said that, I kind of thought of that. What if we thank them for the request, however, because of the time, because it was a little bit later, but moving forward, we can start looking whether it's a sponsorship towards the programs. Or we did the other one, we waived fee or something. Can't remember, we waived,
We always waive fees, or any fees for administration is always waived for nonprofit groups, but so in the same package, you also have the rodeo societies already got theirs out for their parade and everything, so. So this might be something to consider, take into consideration now.
yeah, and that's what I'm just being, moving forward, kind of as Brian said, we set it up that we allocate funds for contributions to the, sponsorships towards the organizations and the clubs in, whether it just be $100 per or whatever else, right?
And maybe we take that 1,000 that we give the rodeo and divide that amongst
All the groups.
all the
Yeah.
groups instead, or we raise a little bit so that they're all getting something instead of one getting 1,000.
So we haven't given to the group rodeo this year.
No.
That was
Yeah.
last year.
I know you mentioned that council doesn't get a whole lot of requests for donations from community groups. in recent history, can you count how many we've received?
Not very many.
Yeah.
Well, I think what we have to remember is all that, any of those donations or sponsorships or other stuff, where's this money come from? It's taxation. So you have to weigh what they're asking for.
Yeah.
Benefit to the community, because they're the ones paying for us. It's not like, oh, well, we got an extra whatever in the account and that's a good cause, so let's give it to them. Every dollar we have going out is, we have to
Ratepayers.
increase on the ratepayers
Well, did
to
we-
offset that.
That's what I was thinking for a sponsorship, right, $100 per thing that we're still giving it
Did
back.
we actually use ratepayer dollars or did we use that,
I think it came out of Chris.
I think it came out of Chris funding.
We got CRISP funding last year.
We had,
We had
no,
some
we
left
over.
had some left over and we still have a very small amount.
We never took it out. It never went into our.
How much is our Chris funding?
I'd have to,
Well, and that's a great way to use
There's-
CRISP funding, for sure.
yeah,
But again, I don't wanna favor one over another. I think you need to look at and make a plan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
before we just say okay or okay.
Well, you know, let's just say thanks, but not this year.
Mhm.
And then look at it, see what we have in Chris funding. Cause like you said, we have the library has their golf tournament. The rodeo has their deal. Carnival. There's not many. I know we have donated hockey tickets that we got to the stag auction from MPE instead of using them. Right. That's what I'd say. I agree with you. Let's look and see what we got and say sorry, but. Cause try this again next year.
Chicago Lions kind of.
Well, I think it's more transparent if we, if we do sponsorship donations to these groups, kind of as Brandon said, it's ratepayer money, it's taxation dollars. So we're giving back to the community to support these clubs, to keep them in the community and allow them to operate. It's not, there's no interpretation of favoritism between one group and not the other.
Mhm.
This is a charity, this is what we support.
Well, it's always nicer to give $100 to like a table,
Yeah.
like the auction, silent auction table, or where they can take that $100 and turn it into $400. Right?
Yeah.
Starting to get more bang for the buck there.
Yeah.
But
I don't think we have to worry about finding the amount tonight.
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
We can just
Let's
do that.
just, somebody want to make a motion that we apologize. Sorry, not this year.
I'll be the hard
In
ass.
better wording than that.
do you need a motion to not do anything? It's just a request.
Just basically to
Reply,
reply.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a direction, you're directing us to do
Directing, yeah.
something, it needs to have a motion, so.
I'll make a motion that we direct staff to send a letter back saying sorry for any inconvenience, but not this year. Please.
We'll do it.
Just say,
Declining sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
informing them of council's decision.
There you go. All in favor? Carried. Standard rodeo request, I'm sure it's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah. So. That's why
Well,
we would
and
like to,
no taxes could be going up this year, we can't. If we
But
hadn't
if
got
we-
risk funding,
well, that's where I was just going to let you know what there was, right, so. So we used.
Thank you,
Do you
Ben.
have it there? Oh, that's good. I just- oh, she's-
That looks like she's about 50 years younger than the last time I seen the real girl.
It's the lighting.
It's that anti-aging cream.
Yeah.
Isn't looking to try to find it, right?
You know what?
It's still kind of a moot point. You
Yeah.
gotta look at, you
Yeah,
gotta look at
we
everybody.
gotta split it up
Yeah.
equally,
Yeah.
so let's just make a motion that, same thing,
Okay. You're gonna do the same?
sure. All in favor? Carried. NRCB for expansion.
Yeah.
NRC. NRC.
Notification of
Rifle.
application for. You don't know how to use your
Oh, it's a
Not
poultry
helpful.
farm one. Oh, yeah. Really has nothing to do with us. 'Cause it's
Well-
our Sundergaard's farm.
Oh, that one. Yeah, okay.
So it's Grant's farm, not the one.
It's just
He wants to build another farm.
Yeah.
just notifying neighbors.
So it is.
Just
So it's
accepted
just a.
information.
No,
it's
well, he's expanding. He's going from. Sorry, I'm looking for. it.
Yeah, it's like over doubling
Yeah, his,
his.
he's building
operation.
another, this barn, you've seen the
Yeah.
barn, over it's our main farm. It's about the same size on the south side.
Well, according to this, it'd be bigger.
Yeah, but what can we do?
Confined feeding operation from 30,000 to 80,000.
I think he just, it's the law, he has to notify us.
That's right.
Just gotta notify his neighbors.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll start getting rid of the barns down here.
So no comments or anything?
No.
To be
Well,
received in writing on or before 4:30, April 1st, 2026.
yeah, I don't really see, like everybody said, I don't know what
I don't know what we
we
can.
have to decide on or even talk about. It's not.
I think we just make a motion to accept his information,
Mhm.
because that's basically all it is.
Yeah, like, is it?
You gonna do that?
All in
Okay.
favor, carried.
Yep.
FCM roof report for Ag Society.
This is in our feasibility study, but because the report has not been released to you yet, they would like to get the report prior to it's being presented to council, so that they can start working on the roof, because the roof is in need of repairs, so they would like to see what their assessment was on it. So
This is the Ag Society.
Ag Society would like to have that report. So but you haven't been presented with it yet. So if you would just, it was in the package.
Mhm.
If you would just, write a motion to release it to the Ag Society.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
All in favor? Carried. Power pole concerns.
Yeah, so again, still working on it, but we did was reported in 2024. I did go back and find the email where they did say that the poles are perfectly,
Structurally sound.
structurally sound. Again, we're still waiting to hear back from them, because we're gonna see if we can't incorporate something in with the Frederick Avenue extension, if that's the road we're gonna go, right? So, but again, I do have.
Except for
back in-
information.
Yeah,
Brandon? All in favor? Carried. Saywa,
so today I did print off the right one, right, the circular materials.
Materials.
It came in earlier this week. This is for extended producers' responsibilities, for curbside recycling.
Oh, it's a-
I have a meeting next week
Yeah.
with the, circular materials, representative for us. But I think you should take this home for some information and read it. There's also, I was looking for information on SAWA, because for the new counselors that are sitting here, it's come back to my attention that the county actually pulled out of SAWA.
not everybody is a member of this, of Saywa.
Yeah,
No, county pulled out?
yeah, for conflict of interest.
Just saying.
Oh, no, I know.
Don't know why.
I know.
Anyway, apparently, yeah, the county being on board, which, yeah. So if council desires, we could have a representative
Say
Saywa come and speak. Because we are a member of the Saywa. And it ensures tipping fees remain low for us, which is we have to go through Saywa for that portion.
Yeah.
Again, I'm getting more information.
Okay.
There was some information on Saywa here that was in the package that I've received. Again, we are a member. There is a annual general meeting in June that we could maybe appoint somebody to attend. It's probably what we should be doing, is at least attending the AGM if we're going to be members. And again, it's all based on per capita, which is I think 300.
And I agree. I think it'd be good for us to have a representative there. I mean, I remember when I was on Drumheller, Saywa was coming on strong.
Yeah.
And it sounded at the time, unless things changed, they were I think they'd be a very positive thing for our area. Who's the second, or is there a second one?
No, and
Or do
the
we
meetings
have
are during the day if there is any meetings, but the annual general meeting, I guess, is their meetings is the Friday, fourth Friday of the month or something. So, but yeah, if you wanted to, you could appoint somebody.
Drumheller's Solid Waste has a Saywa representative.
Okay.
They have one on that board.
Yeah.
They kind of selected their Saywa representative to go there, or a representative from Drumheller Solid Waste, because that's our group.
Yeah.
And then Drumheller Solid Waste was a member of Saywa.
I think that's right. Yeah.
So that's why it's hard for me to figure out how Wheatland County pulled out, because they're still a Drumheller Solid Waste.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And that's where she mentioned she could have a representative come and speak to council on the matter. I mean, recycling is a big, huge thing. So
I would rather just put somebody on board and send them to the meeting
Okay.
and have her come here and talk to us. Right?
So we're not appointing to anybody, it's just
No.
appoint a representative that can attend the annual general meeting, I guess, right?
I nominate Brian. I second that.
I would say if Brian doesn't want to go, I wouldn't mind
Okay.
being a part of that.
Brian, let's go.
Brandon's gonna go.
Can you?
Okay.
Who made that motion?
Richard,
I did.
Okay.
All in favor?
who's being appointed?
Brandon. He said he volunteered.
Well, I said if you didn't want to go.
No, yeah.
So,
I'll be okay.
That's fine. Just put
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
and the circular materials thing is,
you
we
could be
offer
the
that.
alternate.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah, because to be honest with you, it kind of is related to Drumheller District Solid Waste.
It is. That's
So
why
In
it's
a way,
You should be going, and if you want to go with them as alternate, go with them,
That'd be
we'll
fine.
talk.
right?
Or if you
Whatever
can't
it
make
is.
we'll just have it go.
We'll see what it is.
It'll turn out the same,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
We
However,
just
you-
never ever appointed anybody
No, as
to
a-
represent us for
Yeah.
that same lot, so,
Okay,
okay.
reports. I'll just go to 10.2. Our last meeting was discussed of what we already discussed tonight, capital reserves. It's just kind of ongoing with new lodge build, hoping to get approved this summer. Our CAO has retired last Friday was her last day. We had a retirement party for her on Wednesday at the lodge. Actually, it's very, very entertaining. The staff did a hula dance for the seniors, and the seniors are having fun. And the board is taking her out for supper on the 30th. Our next meeting is next Thursday. Drumheller District Solid Waste.
They were doing some grants for summer employment. There was an in-camera session, it was nothing major, just a contract dispute. So they more or less told one company to take a hike, so I was into that. There was actually an offer to buy the whole place from another company called E360 to buy the whole landfill. But Drumheller owns the land, they were leasing it, so they go to Drumheller to ask to buy the land, and then the town decided, no, we're not gonna buy the land, because we're still stuck with it. Land, or so E360 is kind of not getting it, so they just apparently are coming in and trying to buy up all these garbage dumps all over the place. So they're also concerned about bringing in new members if any other communities wanted to start dumping there and stuff, but they have to take over the liability as well. So there was some discussion on that. So next meeting is on April 30th.
WFCSS.
So our meeting was on February 25th, was kind of a quick meeting. We're actually doing right now the social needs assessment. That they've got a draft of that, and done a review, and it's going to go out to the communities for better ways we can target for clientele. Our budget is already, looks like it's going to be done already, so kudos to them for having that done. And our next meeting is scheduled for March 25th.
WRC.
Everything's looking really good at WRC. They did give me an update verbatim email that I handed into council. I don't know if you guys ended up seeing your concerns in regards to generator loss. There was an explanation in there. It's been checked up and followed up with. I can't remember exactly all the details in regards to why it did go down, but there is a suffice explanation
Well,
for
the
it.
one battery was below.
Yeah, one of the batteries was pretty low, and
Is it,
found a second one.
No, it was,
No,
you
it was
had
just
given it to me last time.
Eber-
Yeah, I
You read
actually
it all.
handed
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
over to him,
Okay.
and we kind of went over this. It's more for you because we're here. But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those
give us
people
a
that are here got
explanation
it.
in regards, and they put in a policy and procedure to see if they can have a secondary, line of defense in regards to that as well. So. But other than that, everything's clockwork. Our next meeting is on the 18th, I believe.
Community Futures.
All right, so Community Futures, our meeting was March the 5th. So we've updated our builder's bridge, which I was given some of these pamphlets for our line of credit, and I was asked to give them to the office, that if we could hand these out when they put in a request for a development permit.
Okay.
Basically, what we've changed now is for somebody that applies for that, is they do it as a staged release. Rather than releasing the whole funds, it's for people that are building a house. Once they go over the first phase, then they do second phase, third phase. So they've adopted for that now. They've also actually come up, they have a copy of an OH&S handbook. And Chantel has said that, just asked to share it with people, that if anybody has an organization in any of our councils or committees or that does not have an OH&S handbook, she will provide them with a copy, and she has given them their blessing just to change a couple points, but it is a thoroughly legally done OH&S handbook to use. On the financial side, right now we have 19 loans out at $1.4 million. We've revisited our mission statement and our pillars that we did for our safety, our strength, weakness, and threat protocol that we did. This is our first year we're doing a review of it. And so our lending performance right now, and this is one that I'm very proud of for the staff. So for our annual, we target annual numbers. Our numbers say are at this rate. They double the numbers and try to shoot for almost 200% above what they're asked. So they've doubled these. They've already reached these targets of 200% above what's requested. Their loan volume right now is up 133%, and capital leveraged through lending reaching 1,396% of target. 1,300% of target is what we're at right now. Yeah.
Wow.
So they are absolutely busting their butts to get this stuff done. They're doing a fantastic job. We actually have clients right now. So we have the 1.4 was the 19 out, and we have clients all over. We actually do have some in standard. 8% of our current loan investment target is actually in our village here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Way to keep it local. That's awesome.
Yeah, so they're keeping it local, it's all through, so we do, right now, we've got Chestermere, Wheatland County, Trochu, Three Hills, Standard, Strathmore, and Nehill counties. And we're doing transportation, retail, professional, marketing, agricultural, and accommodations as well, so we're trying to reach as many sectors as we can. So they have done an absolute fantastic job with this, and given the fact we've already meet and exceeded 200% of our targets, our goals that have been set. And our next meeting is set for April the 2nd.
Library.
7th,
Second,
2nd.
yes.
That's nice, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Library, we met March 2nd. And there was, start at the beginning. If I can find the beginning. Some discussion on the furnace was acting up, and then led into a discussion of air conditioning, as there's none in the library. And I know from personal experience that that can be unbearable at certain times of the year, and it's unpleasant, and it's a public building where people need to be able to come to be safe, especially when it's hot outside. So we were directed to look into some costs associated with that, and then look into how we can find funding and grants and so forth to get there. Started the ball rolling on anyway. They're happy that the village lease is now done and signed and sealed and filed at the library. The golf tournament is confirmed for July 17th. And they're keeping costs the same as last year for $130 per golfer and $200 for hole sponsorship, which includes their signage.
So can we make sure that MP gets called this year?
Yes, absolutely. But Linda said she wants to golf with Chris as candidate.
He bites all the
Well, we'll see what counselors want to go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we had a good time there with them, with MP at the time. Yeah, so it's a maximum of 72 golfers that they can take. They're looking into organizing that, and that's about it. Next meeting is April 13th.
Ramp.
Oh, meetings have been canceled.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything? I have one question on 11.9 in consent agenda.
yeah, still working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to move the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to move the consent agenda.
All in favor? Carried.
We still have to do reports. Did you make a motion to reports?
Oh, shoot. Yes, we want to move the reports.
Doesn't matter.
Brett.
That's weird. That sounds
They
really
put
weird.
their hands on it. We'll give out.
And I thought for sure you're just gonna take it yourself because you're
Oh,
in
we'll
between
give
us.
that one to Brett. Give Brett.
I don't want the news.
All in favor? Carried.
I'm not even voting in favor of it. Red put his hand. One opposed, just so you know.
Oh, boy. Somebody want to move the consent agenda, Brandon?
Nice. All right.
All in favor?
I changed it.
Carried.
Erasable pens, they work great.
Counselor concerns, rep.
Parking. On Frederick,
Always been a concern.
it is even getting worse. This, I mean, it's been my third year here with the icy conditions, the rains, then the sleet, then the snow. And then consecutive ice buildup on that main road. The parking on that road is appalling. And it guards driveways and there are kids in and out of there every single day.
Where are we talking on?
Literally, like the main last little block before you hit my corner lot is my major concern because those houses.
We're talking in a new subdivision.
No, in the older subdivision, if I'm standing right out on my front porch deck, facing east,
Christian, you're talking.
yes.
Oh,
Frederick.
you said Frederick.
So sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Frederick?
Frederick.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I meant Chris.
We're all
Sorry,
trying to-
sorry. Okay, that was my bad. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought
Sorry.
we've got a new issue.
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah. So
Laura,
Okay.
sorry.
I appreciate you.
Sorry, that came out completely.
It's funny, I
wrong.
was thinking Christian.
Oh, yeah.
Then I
Yes.
was sitting there. I
Parking
started
on
thinking
Christian.
Frederick.
That last
Yeah, between
the
second
last
and.
two blocks.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're two.
Front of the trailers.
They do, some of them, they do some angle parking and then they parallel park, but they usually parallel park, and I'm just gonna show this to you here. They usually parallel park right adjacent to the driveway. So they'll park right here,
Yeah.
right here,
Yeah.
and right here.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. Problem is that most of these homes have children in there.
Mhm.
and they
And
wrap
if
up.
you're heading westbound.
Yeah.
You can't see anything until those kids actually make it around the corner in front of the vehicle. That's a problem.
I wanted
It's a
to.
It's
major
tight.
problem. I've
It's tight
seen
in
so
there.
many
It has-
people
yeah.
hammer on the brakes coming down that road,
Rocker time.
and someone's gonna get rocked.
Yeah.
Someone is gonna get rocked.
Yeah, I've,
Well, we
We've
brought
had-
that up when that got paved originally.
Yeah.
We have had,
Because there really isn't a spot. It's not wide enough to really have parking on that street.
yeah,
Or,
or some, or
I mean,
enough room for a
here's
sidewalk.
here's the issue that, like, the concern is obviously the safety of the individuals that reside here in this area. But the biggest issue is that most of the people who are parking there are not parking in their driveway. They're parking mainly on the main road,
on the street.
and that is a problem.
we've had this discussion
Yes.
just about every year, and I don't know how. I don't know how we can stop it, because every street has street parking on it.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. I don't disagree with you.
yeah.
I just don't know how we deal with it.
Do you have a solution in mind? Or just a problem?
If you want my honest opinion, I think we should put signs up, no parking on this main road, and if you do park, you will be fined, towed.
I don't know how we can do that when you
I
can
know.
park on every other street in town.
I know.
So I don't know how you pick.
But at the
Well,
same,
it is a different.
at the same time, the bus route that comes up and down Christian here, if it's heading to the eastbound sector. Can anybody here tell me what side of a school bus does the actual door open?
Right.
On the right.
Why is that?
Keep kids out of the street.
To keep the kids out of the street.
You
Now,
know, Polestar.
can anybody please explain to me why the bus
Comes out
travels
there.
up the opposing way and parks right in the middle of the street with the door facing the road?
See, that is a concern that you could bring to Yvette, and Yvette can phone Southland and ask that question.
So those are my two biggest issues.
But anybody can call Golden
Yeah,
Hills and make a
with
complaint
these-
and say, why is this happening? And they will deal with it, because they would rather talk to somebody who's seen it than
True.
try to explain
We
it,
see it every
right?
day.
But yeah, that
And
doesn't
these
make any
residents
sense.
here, I have no idea why they keep on parking there, because I'm telling you, someone's gonna get struck.
Hmm.
Someone's gonna get struck. And I don't want to be the person to wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
Because I
and
mean,
to give them extra parking.
What
would
do you
cost
want to
us something.
say?
I mean,
Well, if, just is there any way, because I know like even going down towards the dump and that, they're always on the side. And I've had one of the little guys run out and I just about corked him in my truck. But what about if we, is there anything we can do to kind of make that alleyway behind it more accessible? Because
or can we
Yeah.
maybe talk to the residents and see if we can ask them to preferably, if they have a multitude of vehicles, to park at least in the alleyway for safety reasons? Is that too much to
It's
ask?
not gravel though.
I know, but at the same time, I'd rather the vehicle in the back alleyway than blocking the driveway where the kids are gonna come running out. Because we're not doing 50 in the back
We'll
alleyway.
make it a 30 zone.
I was going to say, because Memory Lane is here, could we designate Christian as a playground zone? Is it,
No,
no?
It's
no,
not a
not a
playground.
playground.
what about as a public park?
It's a memorial.
Park, you could.
A park, you could.
It's not what it's zoned at.
I understand Martin's concern about every other street is allowed to park. Can, I would like to, when we did this, it wasn't done properly either.
Mhm.
We should have made, like, sort of like a boulevard that they could have pulled off the road. There's really, you have to park literally on the road, because
Yeah,
if you
'cause it
go
just
off,
drops off.
you're dropping
Yeah.
off. The same suggestion is what I had done at another resident. I'm just looking for a culvert, is to extend the culvert so that there's more room for them to pull off the road.
Yeah, we did
And
that
and
over
even
here at the
possibly-
duplex. They have a nice
Yeah.
wide culvert.
Yeah.
That's really long.
So
So we could do that there as well. And then you can have incorporate 3 more cars and.
that they could actually just
It's just gonna cost us money. That's
angle
Well,
park or
so-
something, right?
why don't we make a motion to direct staff to see if they can find some used culverts from WID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
We looked at this once before.
let's
Well, I know-
come up with a plan, and we'll come up with costs before,
yeah,
yeah, so like,
make a motion to direct staff to look
Yeah.
at doing
Cause
that.
I actually looked at culverts
Oh, I know.
way
so
back in the
for
day.
example, now we don't have that corner lot. They have parking on the side now because we extended the culvert and we did the
Mhm.
catch basin and stuff, right? So, yeah.
We have
And,
talked about this for every
Yeah.
year for, I bet you, 8 years now, 9
Mhm.
years that we've talked about
And then
this.
possibly then you could go and just put up on all of Christian, no parking. And park access, or,
How many culverts would we need?
I'm not sure. I think we need to assess it per property, like to see how much room there is, right?
Do we know how
And-
much of that is?
And we would possibly need, to make sure we keep the water
That's,
flowing in the
you
right
can't
direction.
stop the water. That's,
So that's where we gotta keep it,
it's gonna cost a pile of money, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
right now.
So property lines are coming about where their fences are, so that's
Okay.
village property up to,
yeah, this is all,
I would say that fence that you see
Yeah, that
right there with that
post
tree,
there.
that
Yeah, right
post,
there.
I
Yeah.
would say that's.
that's
Yeah.
property line. That's all, so that's all boulevard. So right there, we could probably possibly put in a culvert.
That'd be a lot of work. Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what, let's direct staff to. look
Yeah.
at it.
yeah, I mean, it is certainly a concern.
It is.
Yeah.
Might have to pick at it over a couple of years. to
Yeah,
do a section.
but if we start-
another
It
section.
definitely is a
Starting to fall
concern.
on it.
We can't keep avoiding it. It's
Yeah.
just getting
Yeah.
worse and worse and worse, and progressively something's gonna happen, folks.
Yeah, unfortunately,
There's 2 main houses there that have all vehicles, right? Or 1 for sure. So.
I went down there
They've got a
today
little driveway that
and
is
there
barely
was
fits.
Yeah, no, you barely
multiple
fit a
calls
car
at
in there.
10:30.
oh, I know.
And their
all over
culvert
the
needs to
place.
be replaced because it's just freaking big.
Okay, so we've got a motion, so let's just.
So
vote on
research costs.
Yeah. Research
Costs.
cost, but also just to research,
Um,
make a plan and research the cost of carrying out the plan. That work?
Mhm.
All in favor? Carried.
Christian parking.
Brian,
Concerns.
Richard, or Brian 2.0.
Yeah, so I actually have one and, you're on WRC.
Yes, sir.
So I had a ratepayer was talking to me, and this was actually, I forgot to bring up this up last meeting. Was they were talking about the generator and the issue with that and everything else.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went off on a tangent about, the rates have gone up, they're paying for all this stuff and everything else.
Right.
But the other part that they had mentioned is that, well, they were at, in Strathmore, they saw one of the WRC vehicles at Walmart and
Right.
here. And I said, well, they have vehicles because they're on call and available. So the concern that he had asked, and I said that would bring forward, is he has asked is that how much of those vehicles are being used as an on-call basis, or are they being used for personal use and
They
personal?
have personal use on them
Do they?
and they pay taxes on the personal use.
That's what I thought,
Yeah.
because I told him I would ask, because that's what their concern was, because he said, well, if my rates are going up and everything else, and I'm seeing these trucks driving around, is somebody getting a free vehicle with free gas?
Plus, there's also water testing that's gotta go in
Yeah.
there weekly, so.
Yeah.
There is reasons, and if we're gonna start, and I'm sorry, I'm sticking up for.
No, absolutely.
If we're gonna start nickel and diming and saying, no, if you're taking a water sample and you're driving right by Walmart, you can't stop and pick up a prescription or something.
Yeah.
That's my feeling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I can dig a little bit further and a little bit deeper into that for sure.
Yeah.
Get a little bit more of a concrete answer right now. I can't exactly speak too much on it because I just don't, I'm new to council,
Yeah.
as everybody knows, but I will look further into that.
Yeah, no, they just asked me to mention it because I remember, one of the past village employees, when they were doing water samples, they would take the truck and they grab other stuff. And I said, yes,
Yeah.
they're right there. I don't see a reason why not.
Plus, it depends on when they seen it too, because there
Yeah.
is an employee that lives in Strathmore, but he hasn't been at work for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I said I would mention it, so
Okay, no problem. I'll look into it.
Okay.
No problem. And
Yeah.
we'll find some concrete answers.
yeah, if you can, then I can just go back and tell
For
them.
sure. And then, you can give them a concrete
Yeah.
answer. I don't
Okay.
want to give you any false pretense.
Yeah,
So.
no, and I have nothing else.
I don't really have a concern. It's just information. So there is a ringette tournament, provincial tournament here on the 20th and in Rocky Ford. And they have approached me as mayor to go to the school Friday night and welcome players and parents and stuff on behalf of the village. So.
Awesome.
Do you have your hair sash?
No, I'll wear my coat. I don't have a neck to wear a tie. See, I have no neck.
That's why I said a sash.
You need a
I
sash
will wear
and
my,
top
I will,
hat.
no, I will wear my suit
And a
jacket.
monocle.
Since you knew that you kicked around these doors, if you could be a fly on the wall, I swear, the things it would tell, the stories it would tell.
So no, I just wanted to let you guys know that that's happening and
You have fun with that.
chat GPT. Write me a speech. It's already done.
Right.
In closed session, we need somebody to move to go in.
I'll move the door.
All in favor?
Mhm.
Carried.
At, what time here? We are
9:30.
9:39.
Okay.
I'll do it again. Okay, do you want me to go through again one by one or just?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to make a motion to add to the tax rolls for tax recovery expenses 1.0, moved by Richard Bryan to add tax recovery expenses roll 10001, $1,762.20 for legal January 29th, 2026, and $385.32 for legal February 25th, 2026.
All in favor? Carried.
Okay. Or just pass around, we each have one.
I don't care.
Okay, you can have 2.0.
I know, I gotta read it first. Gotta make sure I agree with it before I'm reading it, my friend. Hey, moved by Brandon Dufalla to add tax recovery expenses to roll number 20002 for $5,015.51 for legal on January 29th, 2026, and $4,331.40 for MPE structural assessment, January of 2026, and $1,096.68 for legal, February 25th, 2026.
All in favor?
Which one am I at?
I don't know.
3.0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can just pass it around.
Yeah, but it's gonna come back, there's 5 of them.
Okay, moved by whatever
each get-
to add tax recovery expenses to roll number 40005. $70 of tax service. That's all it is.
All in favor?
All in favor.
Carried. Moved by me to add tax recovery expense to roll 8008 for $70 for taxi service. All in favor? Carried.
Moved by me
Still one
to
more.
add tax recovery expense to roll 10009. $70 for tax is service.
All in favor? Carried. Was there
Thank you very much.
2 more motions to make? Or just one more?
That's it for that. Would
Well,
you
now
like to
there's
make
the-
anything else?
There's the inspection
Appraisal?
or appraisal.
Okay, I'll make the motion to spend the, what was the amount?
$7,100.
$7,100 for the assessment. For the 2 assessments.
For the 2 assessments, yes.
For property tax roll 10001 and 20002.
All in favor? Opposed? Nope, wait, we got one guy thinking.
Yeah.
We'll go back to in favor.
Yeah, go back to in favor for a second.
It's passed anyway.
It's passed. It's
Passed.
just 3 of us.
Okay.
But I still need a vote.
You still need to voice your opinion. Or voice your vote.
I'll voice my vote on the agree. To move forward.
Okay, 4 in favor, 1 opposed. Now there's just the best one for the night. Move to adjourn.
I'm moving.
Brian. Thank you, guys.
I oppose that.
All right, you can stay. You can stay.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, well done.
Sorry about that.
I thought it would be long. but it's
Hold
for
on,
some
well,
reason-
I thought it'd be a little bit shorter, but I talked too long in camera, so.